This is Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. So, as usual, we'll take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. But first, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look here at PayPal, PYPL. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, a lot of the candidates here, the two candidates here running for president in the U.S., they're both pumping the old Bitcoin here. So let's just see what we got going. Now, today it looks like we have ourselves one of them red candle situations. Friday, we made a nice high at 671.35, but now we're coming on down. But you notice that we're holding this key 8 SMA here. Now, again, it can go lower, but as long as it holds that on a closing basis, we're looking pretty good. So let's take a look at the downside first, okay? So your downside here is going to be that 64.069. Okay, and then we go here to today's low. You're looking at 63.505, and then we're going to have that old Hondo there at 63.21. Now we get below that, we got a lot of good support right here. Your next level here is going to be 62.670, and then we'll round right down here to 62.430. Then we can come all the way down here to this key 50 SMA here, down to 61.221. I know these are big numbers, but again, when you say 200-300 points, but this is Bitcoin. You're looking at it, $67,000, ordeal going on here. Okay, so as long as we hold in this 8-day here, we're looking very, very good. Now upside here, well, what we want to do is we want to just follow the candles back up again. So what you have is you got 64.720. You got 64.975, and then we're going to come up to the top of here, 65.920, and then we look at today's high. We're looking at 66.400, and then we have that nice candle up here at 67.135. Now, again, we break above that, then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking right here. Okay, you got 67.360. We have 68. 135, and then we'll come over here to the top of this candle, 68,665, and we have 69,025, and then your big retest up there is 78,25. Now again, obviously if that can bust through that, then we'll come over here to the next level, which is 72,660, and then obviously your big breakout is 74,415. Now again, you get above this, you're going to go to 100K. Now, when you look at this chart here, okay, now you can see here, even when it's sold down, we got a series of lower highs and lower lows here. See this, how this is going? And it's going down like on a wedge pattern. But again, that can build a lot of energy, and we're always holding this key 50-day. Came right on down, yeah, but held it. Came on down, held it. So again, this is what you always want to work on, a big picture on a weekly chart, okay? So here on a weekly, what you want to do by the end of the week, you want to hold that 63,232, and you want to hold that 61,139, and obviously this 56,258 here on the close there on Friday. But you've got a big pattern down. Now, this is almost like a bull flag situation, but we got to see how this is all going to shake out. Now, the key to it is going to be, obviously, is that 67,135. If we get that, then we can go right to the tops of all these candles here until we get to that big retest going on here. But as long as we're holding this 8 SMA here on the downside, you're looking very, very good. That's the key, because look here, once it bottom down here, okay, we put up pretty much like a bottom situation. Okay, even though this came down, you notice where it closed. Okay, so we're right there. And then once we jumped above that 8-day, you can see how nice we had to rally up. Now, it's got to hold that. That's going to be key. So watch that today, that 64.053. If not, that 100-day is going to come and play real quick at that 63.20, and then we can just follow it all the way on down here. But right now, we're still looking okay. We had a little bit of a topping tail, but now a lot of times you don't know how those are going to turn. Obviously, it went red, but we got to see how that shakes out. Now, we got 56 on your RSI. That's not looking that bad. You still got your green over your red. That's still looking very good. And look at here. Look, we almost have like a bullish kind of a situation, but we got to see how this all is going to shake out here. 53 on your RSI. Still plenty of room to run up or down. But realistically here, just by the week here, weekly basis by Friday, just watch that 21-day, watch that 8-day very, very good. And then this 50-day here is going to be key, on a closing basis here, because look how many times it held it here, and that's very good. But you've got that series of lower highs and lower lows. I always want to point that out to you, where this is not really what you call a bullish pattern unless we start breaking out. Once you start breaking out above, like we almost had here, then you can run much, much higher. So bottom line, watch that 8-day there on the downside, very, very key, and then watch this 67,135 for the breakout to go to that next big level there at that 78.25. Okay, let's take a look here now at PayPal. Okay, PayPal. You can see here a little bit choppy. Left a gap here on the charts. Okay, but when we also actually have two gaps here. Okay, one is this way down here, but this is the one that we're going to be focusing on right here. Okay, so if this 8-day, let's take a look at the downside first. If this 8-day is lost at 77.97 level here, then what we're going to do is we're looking at the bottom of that candle there, 77.34. That's going to be your next target. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we can come to the bottom of this candle. You got a 75.46. But this is what you want to watch right here, okay? This is 74.81. There's your gap. And then we look to the top of this candle, 73.87. There's your fill, okay? Your gap and then your fill. And then we have this 73.61, your 21-day sitting right there, which is going to provide very, very good support. I just never like charts that just gap up and got kind of like this one here. It just gapped up and it never did fill this gap like situation. Okay, so you got as low here at 67.15, but we still have that gap right there at 66.39. So eventually, not today, but eventually that will get filled. Okay, but this is the gap that we're watching right now. If this loses that 8-day on a closing basis, you just watch that 74.81 on the bottom, and then we watch that 73.87 there, the gap in the fill, and then we have that nice 21 SMA here. Now, when we look on the weekly chart here, this is actually looking very, very good because look at this. See, your price is all above that 8-day simple moving average, which is looking very, very good here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for to make sure that holds it by the Friday. That's the key, is holding this pattern, okay, here by Friday. But you can see here, as this breaks on up here, look how many nice levels that you have to go all the way and up here. You got a big retest there at 95.57, very, very nicely. Okay, so let's look at the upside. So you want to look at today's high, obviously. That's 78.60. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking for. Then we'll come right over here. You're looking at 78.83. We have 79.26. We're going to come over to the top of this green candle here at 80.43, and then there's your breakout at 80.63. That's basically the recent high, okay? So that's what you're going to be looking for. So today, what you want to watch is this 8-day. This is going to be very, very critical on a closing basis. That's 77.97 on a closing basis. If that's lost, we follow the candles all the way down until we get to this gap, this fill, and then possible even down to the 21 SMA here. Okay, upside, just watch today's high. Okay, that's going to be very crucial, 78.60. Then we can follow the candles up, and then we have that breakout there at 80.63. Once you get above that, then we can just start rattling up here all these really, really nice targets going all the way on up here till we hit that 95.57 level. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have the old crude oil, and then we have natty gas. Now, this really hasn't changed. This is still a bear flag situation. Okay, just like I pointed out this morning, and I pointed out yesterday's video, a Sunday night video. Okay, this is still a bear flag. Now, again, if we can close above that 70.01, then that would then negate that bear flag, and obviously she would go higher. But what we really want to watch here today is this right here, this 21-day, that's 69.61. That's going to be key. And then right above it, we have 69.95. That's that 8 SMA. If we can get above all of that there, then we can go to that 70.01. And then what we can do is just start riding the candles basically right up. 71.45 level here. We have 71.81. And then right up here, this is going to be 72.40. And then right here, this is going to be your big target at 73.31. Now, downside, that's pretty easy. Okay, we just look at today's low. That way is 67.57. We look to Friday's low, 67.06. And then we'll look here to the bottom of this red candle. You're looking at 66.95. And then we come right here, 65.63. And then your retest down there at 65.27. So again, just keep your eye on this bear flag situation. If we close back above that 70.01, that bear flag is negated. And then she goes higher. And this is going to be your big target, is at 73.31. If you can't get through these simple moving averages, the 21-day and the 8-day, then this could go sideways or it could go down. So just basically watch the bottom of that candle, that 66.95. If that's lost, you're going to come right down to that 65.27 very, very quickly. Okay, natural gas. Now, natural gas is just kind of hanging out here. Made a little higher high today, okay? So Friday's high, you had 2.93, and then what do we have today? 2.948. So what did I say? You just go right to the left of the chart here. What do we have? I'll be damned. 2.948. You believe that shit? Look at that. See? That's why you always look to the left of the chart here. Okay? These are the levels you're watching. These are your upside targets. Okay? That's what you want to look. So right there, okay, at high, 2.948. Right there, 2.948. Okay, now again, if we can get above that, we're going to come right to the top of this candle. That's 3 flat. Okay, 3. And then we come here, 309, 313, then 315. Very, very easy. Okay, very, very nicely. Now, downside, you want to obviously, you want to watch today's low. That's going to be key, 2.86. If that's lost, we'll come to the bottom of this candle, 2.73. And then right here is 2.72. There's your gap. And then we look to the top of that candle at 2.658. There's your fill. Gap, fill, and then we have this nice 8 SMA sitting at 2.658 also. Okay, very, very nice. That's going to be your key support levels here. So if this can't do anything or if this goes sideways, we just have to wait for that 8-day to catch up. But this is a very, very bullish pattern. Anytime that price is above that 8-day, looking very, very nice. Versus crude oil here, the price is below the 8, the 21-day, the 50, the 100, the 200-day. See this? Bearish pattern. See this? Bullish pattern. Off of this nice double bottom situation. Okay, that's what I got for you. Now, I'll be back here after your pit close. We'll take a look here at your crude ski at Natty Gas. And then I think today we will check in and see what NVIDIA is doing. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.